Hey, how's everybody doing? Time for another DeVeaux Speaks. Driving home today. Got a little meeting, training, getting ready for the school year starts. Shout out to all the teachers and students and educators already back at school throughout the South. All my fellow educators down in Georgia and Virginia, Maryland, all y'all back at school. Not yet for me. We go back here in New York after Labor Day. But so talking, somebody asked me a question today, talking to some fellow educators at a meeting. You know, they're getting excited. They're like, yeah, you hear the news of what they found on Trump, and they rolled up on Trump, and they found all these top secret documents that he stole and had at his house and passport, and Trump's gonna go to jail. She was so excited. She was like, aren't you happy? They're finally going to lock Trump up. They asked me what I thought about it. So I'm gonna share my opinion. To share my opinion, let me tell a quick story about I don't even know, maybe 10 years ago now. Organization I'm part of, I'll leave nameless, but it was a big debate at one of the meetings at whether we should acknowledge the Black Lives Matter movement. So not sure the exact time. And of course, everybody's Black Lives Matter now. There's murals all over the place, streets painted, things. So now, of course, the organization supports Black Lives Matter. But at this time, probably about 10 years ago, it was divisive. Black Lives Matter, saying the life of Black Americans here in this country actually matters, was divisive, and it wasn't time to divide the organization. And a brother, a Black man who I respected greatly, got up in front of the whole organization, hundreds of members, and explained why we could not support the Black Lives Matter movement as an organization at this time. Told everybody, we may agree with a lot of their tenets and, things that they're fighting for and work, but as an organization, it wasn't the place or the time for the organization to support the Black Lives Matter movement. And I was crushed. You know, I kind of looked up to this brother, hearing him speak, and he has a great way of words. He can get that minister's cadence when need be. And to hear him use his oratory skills to say, well, we can't even acknowledge it be and support this Black Lives Matter movement, it hurt. And I had a chat with him, afterwards, after meeting people talking. I was like, I don't get it. All that we stand for, and and justice, and men, we speak truth to power and all this, and how do you just fold like this? And he explained to me that despite his personal feelings, personally he supports the Black Lives Matter movement, the organization was more important than his personal feelings. And I don't mean to misquote him. I'm not saying that's a quote. That was what I got. He said it more eloquently, but basically, maintaining the integrity of holding the organization together was more important than what was the right thing to do. Now, all of a sudden, the organization's all over Black Lives Matter. They're all for it, standing line, standing arm in arm. But not at that time. because the image, the unity of the organization, the appearance of the organization was more important than what he felt in his heart may have been right. And I wasn't feeling it, but I understood it. I understand. My mind, I was saying all types of things, like sell out, and Uncle Tom, all this. But when I sat back and thought about it, where is it, for all the things that the organization stands for, all the good that it does, is it worth losing all that to stand by this issue? In that case, Black Lives Matter, or any individual issue. And that's an individual call. So I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but I can say I understand it. So bring it back, Brother DeVeaux. What does this do? They asked you about Trump going to jail, stealing all these documents and all this other criminal behavior he's been doing for years. We've been down this road before. And though part of me would be all giddy and excited, I'd love to see Trump walked out and handcuffed behind his back and taken to jail. I don't believe it's going to happen. Not for a second. Not on any federal level, not on any state level. Because despite people get all amped in politics in this country, and you're conservative, you're liberal, you're blue, you're red, you're Democrat, you're Republican, outside of the country, America still has this fake exceptionalism ideal. When Barack Obama first, did a tour around the world after his historic victory as president, they started mocking him here. That the apology tour, apologizing for things. Like America don't got anything to be apologized for, to apologize about. But you're not supposed to go outside the country and apologize. This country, do we really need to go through it? Do we really need to talk about slavery, selling of human beings, the beatings, the rapes, the not letting women vote? Is it even 100 years since women got the right to vote? All the atrocities, dropping, only country to drop nuclear weapons, atomic bombs on citizens, on civilians. The atrocities of this country go on and on. The fact that you can't even apologize because of the exceptionalism of America, this lie, this myth, prevents us growing as far as the character of the country. And it's not a second, Democrat, Republican, whatever, do I think that America is going to have the newspapers around the world say former U.S. president arrested and taken to jail. That's just not going to happen. They're not going to do it. So we're going to go through all this song and dance. Like, didn't we do this before? Was he accused of something with the Russia, tell Russia to check Hillary's emails, something like that? And was he already found guilty of crimes? Like, say what you want about Trump, but I gotta respect the fact that he just told it like it is. He said, I could shoot somebody in the middle of Main Street or Madison Avenue, whatever, and get away with it. And he's right. He figured it out, but he hasn't been a politician long enough to know you're not supposed to tell people. The crimes that he's committed, it's going to be nice to talk about. He'll be found guilty, and then they'll do absolutely nothing. Because the image of America is more important than doing what's right. That's my opinion. Thanks for driving with DeVeaux.